Hello everyone, good morning. How are you guys doing today? Can you guys let me know if my audio and my stream clear or not? Can you please let me know if you can hear me loud and clear? And after that we'll start. Thank you chat for letting me know. So I'll start today with US30, not with dollar. I'm just avoiding dollar for the last couple of weeks because it's been like not moving opposite to each other. They're like moving together, manipulating. So when price does that, when dollar is doing that, I just avoid dollar and focus on my own chart where I have a clean, clear analysis. So let's start. Let's start with US30, and as you can see, I'm on 5-minute chart on US30. Let's go to the 4-hour chart where things will make a lot more sense for you guys. If you guys join my bias session, there I mentioned that I like to see price dropping into this BPR first, hourly fair value gap, and then moving towards the buy side liquidity. And I gave you guys a target in that bias session. The target was new week opening gap that we have above here. And what price did is like it followed my analysis to the tick. It generated relative equal high above here. So we know that price will come back to this level. And that's what we will see today. Like if price is coming back and taking out liquidity from here today, or if it's leaving this price fractal like equal highs for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have NFP, so big high impact news, and we'll see some crazy price action. So what I believe and what I think is that a bounce from this hourly fair value gap is possible towards the buy side. So that's what I'm waiting to see. Price already dive into this hourly fair value gap, and it moved towards the buy side. It generated relative equal high here, which is clear on 50-minute chart. These are relative equal high. You can see that that's a candle high, that's another high, and price continuously generated relative equal highs and left it. So I'm gonna target it in today's AM session, and I think this hourly CB is a good place for price to reach, but I'll be nimble after price hits my target here. These equal highs are my target. After price hits that, I'll be just nimble and sit around and tape read because tomorrow we have a high impact news. So I'll just be a little bit more cautious today. So that's what we have on US30. Okay, our ultimate destination will be this equal high, relative equal high, but I think today price will not reach all the way up here. It will just leave this relative equal high for tomorrow. Let's go and talk about US100. That's what I see on US100. I shared my analysis on Telegram with you all. That will be this hourly fair value gap that you see. This will be our last line of defense to expect short. Okay, when I gave you the analysis, that's why I don't like to give analysis like before, because I was expecting to see these relative equal highs getting taken out first. Okay, but now price took out these relative equal lows that it generated like at London session. So price cleared London lows. What price has now left is these relative equal high from yesterday's Asian session. So we can target that on Nasdaq, and we do have relative equal highs up here. We don't need price to reach all the way up here to make us profitable. So how far price need to move to make us profitable? Okay, that's a good question. I don't need price to come all the way up, take out this relative equal high, and then dumping. Okay, because if you are an experienced trader, you know that sometimes price reach all the way up here, it will generate another equal high and then it will move towards the sell side, and it will never reach here again today. It may be tomorrow or day after that. So that's the reason that I don't need price to come all the way up here to make me profitable. If price is reaching all the way up here in this fair value gap, which is in deep premium, or suppose in this fair value gap, okay, this is our nearest fair value gap, and you already can see that price tapped into this fair value gap and then dropped hard. Okay, so I'll be focusing in these two fair value gaps. This will be my target for today's AM session. Okay, to expect higher price. I'm expecting higher prices, so these two levels will be my target. CB, but I want to see price breaking these fair value gaps, okay, not respecting these fair value gaps and moving towards the buy side, clearing out these equal highs. That will be ideal scenario for me. That's what I want to see. And let's talk about like if price is not respecting our analysis, if price is not like taking out relative equal highs that is generated here, which is clearly visible on 50-minute chart. These relative equal highs I'm talking about, there's no breaker block here because there's no stop hunt. What you see here is a mitigation block down here. A failed breaker block is a mitigation block. I do see a higher high, new higher high here, then this down close candles becomes our breaker block. Okay, if this breaker block right here is supporting price, then we do have target, but I'll not participate in those trades. We do have target, we have target down here. Okay, that's a 4-hour fair value gap, 4-hour buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and inside this 4-hour BC we have this hourly fair value gap. So the way I categorize my target, if you guys have been following me for 1 or 2 months, you know that how I categorize my target, high probability target. So this will be my high probability target inside this 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, then this will be our last line of defense to expect higher prices today. Okay, I'm saying today I'm expecting to see higher prices today. Tomorrow I don't know what can happen tomorrow, as we have Heimbeck news. So let's see what price does. That's my whole analysis. I'm gonna target this. I want to see price reaching all the way up here, hitting this hourly fair value gap, and then it can move towards the sell side. But that's what I'm expecting to see. I'm not gonna take any short from here. If price is presenting me a clean setup, okay, I'll take it on demo, but not on my live funds. On my live funds, I want to see price clearing out these relative equal highs. Okay, if price is giving me a setup that will hunt these relative equal highs, I will take it on my live funds. Other than that, I'll just sit around and watch how price delivers. Okay, so that's the breaker block that I'm watching right now, and I don't want to see price respecting it. Okay, price already provided liquidity towards the sell side couple of times, and it left relative equal highs. Okay, and price is now going below this new week opening gap. Keep that also in mind. For us to seek higher prices, okay, price will have to show us willingness to move towards the buy side, and we have a strong barrier here, this new week opening gap. Okay, so that's the reason, that's another reason that I'll just be nimble in my expectation in today's price action, because that's our current new week opening gap and price is now below it. I do see relative equal highs here, but I also do see a new week opening gap which is stronger than relative equal highs as a PD array. From my experience, that's what I found. So if price is closing candles body below a new week opening gap, price tends to provide liquidity towards the sell side, as we are seeing right here. What do you see here? Price came all the way down, right, went below the midway of this new week opening gap, then it started providing liquidity towards the sell side. Okay, so for me to be bullish again, price will have to go all the way up, okay, and close a candles body above the new week opening gap, and not leaving, like suppose unfilled fair value gap near. Okay, what do I mean by near? Like suppose the price fractal that I'm talking right now about is this fair value gap. So I want to see price stepping into this fair value gap, that's an unfilled 4-hour fair value gap, and then moving towards the buy side. Okay, if price is providing liquidity towards the sell side, and that's what we are seeing right now. So other than price visiting this fair value gap, I don't see anything. I do see this equal high, and I told you guys that's my target. I do see a breaker block here. Okay, I'll just mark it. This is the breaker block, and the rules that I share with you all, like, do you guys see how beautifully breaker block respect those rules? When you have a correct analysis and price closing a candle body below the breaker block, you want to see price remaining aggressive towards the sell side. Okay, what do you see in this price fractal? Price came all the way down, activated these order blocks. Okay, these are not breaker block yet in this price action. That's what I'm talking about, because we don't see any candle closing its body below our breaker block. What do you see here? Price closed the candle's body below the breaker block, generated a fair value gap inside the breaker block. So this fair value gap will be our last line of defense to expect lower prices. Okay, it's 8:06. We'll check out Nasdaq again at 8:20. Until then, I'll just move to US30. I think US30 will provide like clean setup to me, so I'll focus on US30 today rather than focusing on US100, but it depends on the price action, what they're doing, so I'll keep checking. I'll put an alert here at the midway somewhere here, and if price is hitting this breaker block again and hitting this fair value gap, then like inside our 8:20 to 8:30 macro, then I'll come back and look into this. So I do see a swing low right here. Let's see after price takes out this swing low what price does. Okay, I don't think price will respect this BC, and it didn't. So what I'm gonna do, I see a inversion right here, a failed fair value gap. This will be my last line of defense to expect higher prices, and this inversion is inside of our hourly fair value gap, and it will be in the midway of the hourly fair value gap. So as we know, as I tell you guys, that an ideal scenario for price to reverse from a fair value gap is the midway. Okay, so this fair value gap, I want to see it working as an inversion, and if price is diving all the way down to this fair value gap, price will be in a deep discount. Okay, that's the reason I told you guys that this fair value gap will be my last line of defense to expect higher prices, because if price is going below that, we have relative equal lows down here, we have lower targets. Okay, lower strong targets, but at the same time I do see relative equal highs here. That's the reason I'm expecting to see a reversal from this inversion. If price, suppose if price didn't generated this relative equal high and we are seeing this price fractal, I would have target these relative equal lows right here. So what do you guys see here? Price generated relative equal low again. What does that mean? Price is leaving signature that it wanna come back to these levels again and provide liquidity. Okay, so price will go below this relative equal low. I wanna see price taking out this relative equal low, hitting this inversion. Okay, if price is moving that far after taking out this relative equal low, then I'm expecting to see a reversal, or at least like price don't have to come all the way up here. I'm on 50-minute chart, I'm trading on 1 minute, 3 minute, so if I'm getting like 2 hour, I'm profitable. So I don't need price to reach all the way up here. I'm not gonna target from down here to up here. If I do that, that would be like a 10-hour trade. I don't need that. What I need is like a peace of mind, less emotions inside me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna target 2 hour, and the 2 hour target can be here, below this order block, bearish order block. So if suppose price is not providing me any setup inside this price fractal, then I will just wait for our next macro to start, 9:20 to 9:30, which can lead me to target these relative equal highs. Okay, so I have certain possibilities and confirmation from price to expect and see price in different ways. Okay, that's something that will come to you after you get experienced in your own chart. Okay, I do see some of you trade on forex and you guys keep asking me like, is your breaker block concept? First of all, breaker block is not mine. I'm just mimicking what my mentor already shared with you all. So yeah, breaker block is not mine, and whatever I'm showing it to you here, it doesn't matter if I'm showing it to on 50-minute chart, 3-minute, 1-minute, the same thing will work on forex and all the other pairs. The thing that we won't work is the macros. Okay, every chart has different macros. Indices, it has its own macros, cryptos own macros, forex own macros. So yeah, so that's how it works. Price did took out this relative equal low. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna dive into 3-minute chart and I'm gonna wait to see a breaker block forming right here. Okay, that's what I want to see. A breaker block can form in 3-minute or 1-minute. If it's forming in either of these chart, I'll take that trade. If not, I'll just wait. Inside trading is asking, are you also looking at market maker buy model? Yes, but do I have to mention it? If breaker block is providing support, suppose a breaker block is forming here and then is providing support towards the buy side liquidity, there's a market maker buy model. Okay, there's nothing different in market maker buy model. Some of you think like, okay, market maker buy and sell model is a different concept. It's not. Whatever you were learning, breaker block, fair value gap, inversion, it's all inside market maker buy and sell model. If you don't know how to trade with a fair value gap, breaker block, then market maker buy or sell model won't work for you. Don't forget about dollar. I'm forgetting about dollar. I don't care about dollar because dollar is moving with indices. So I'm just gonna avoid completely dollar. I'm not gonna mention dollar. I'm not looking at dollar. And for the last couple of days, I'm trading independently without looking at dollar. Okay, dollar is not that important. If dollar is moving opposite to indices, then it's important. If it's manipulating, moving together, then it's not important to me. Robin is asking, why is London generally a smaller range in crypto? Kill zones won't work in crypto. It's as simple as that. If you are like looking for kill zones to work in crypto, it don't work. So what I do see right now is that on US100, US30 price cleared out these relative equal lows, but on ES, okay, it didn't. We have a low here which is remaining intact. What I want to see price clearing out. I don't want to see a SMT getting generated here. Okay, that's what I don't want to see. I want to see price coming all the way down, clearing out these relative equal lows, and then moving towards the buy side as we have relative equal highs here inside this 3-minute fair value gap. Okay, and what we can see here on 1-minute chart, okay, from this price fractal, the way I see price is maybe different than you. Okay, I'm gonna share with you the way I see. I measure price by stage. Okay, stage by stage. I'm not gonna look at all of these price action right now. What I'm gonna focus on inside this price fractal. Okay, what do you see here in this swing high to this low? What do you see here? Price generated a swing high, swing low, generated a fair value gap, price came all the way up, hit this bearish order block which is in premium. Okay, by the measurement of this current price fractal, it generated a breaker block inside this swing. Okay, higher high, new higher high. So this down close candles becomes our breaker block. And what do you see right now? Price is respecting this breaker block. And if price is respecting this breaker block, I'm talking on US100, okay? That's what I don't want to see. I want to see price not respecting it. As we have equal high here, equal high, a lot of unfilled fair value gaps. So I'm not gonna short from this breaker block. It doesn't matter to me how clean it is. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wait to see if this breaker block is getting failed. If it's getting failed, okay, then I'll have a confirmation that price now wanna seek higher prices. So if you're trading on Nasdaq, just keep an eye on 1 minute chart. Sher Khan is asking, sir, you have private mentorship? Not yet. I don't have any private mentorship yet. What I have is like a YouTube subscription. Other than that, nothing yet. What I'm doing here is you can compare the level of education, knowledge I'm sharing with you all here on Telegram and then on live session for free. You can compare it with any other paid courses. I'm doing better than them. Okay, they all do hindsight analysis. Every course that you will buy, it's all hindsight. I'm coming in front of you every day, taking you inside the live price section, okay? That's what most of them fear to do because they don't know how to do it. I enjoy it. It's the same price. If I'm seeing the same price action here, you are looking at the same price action. Okay, it's nothing different. If I can do the analysis by my own, then why can't I just do it live in front of you? And you saw me for like last couple of months, last couple of weeks, I'm doing it. So that's the inversion that I'm looking at. I will do a short live stream today. I have an exam at like 12 p.m. So my final exams are going on and I'm not studying. Very less that I care about the exam. So yeah, I'll just keep the live stream today short. I'll also have to look at my studies. Other than that, I'm gonna fail. I don't aim for like a good result or a good grade, but what I aim for is like just to get a degree, just to pass the exam. So yeah, for that I'll have to study, okay? So I'll keep my live stream today short, and yeah, let's see if price is presenting us any setup inside our two macros. I'll live stream two macros with you all today, 820 to 830, then 920 to 930, and if possible, if I'm feeling like it, then 950 to 1010. We still have 10 minutes before price delivers that 830 move. We do have a high impact news at 10 o'clock and then at 12:30. Okay, the 10 o'clock news is JOLTS, job opening. So we may see some volatility and price may just leave this relative equal high untouched. Mike, I really don't care about my exams, okay? What I feel like is a scam, so I just focus on the study. What I know that I just want to pass, and I think I'm gonna pass, so yeah, that's enough for me. Other than that, I really don't care about what's gonna be my grade in final exam. I don't feel anything when everyone outstands me in final exams. I really don't feel any emotions inside me. Before, like years ago, I used to feel like that. Like suppose my best friend, he is always like better than me in my study. So we used to like compete with each other, and now I don't do it anymore. And he's not interested in trading, I'm not interested in studying. So yeah, we have our own different paths, and it's all a scam. Okay, it doesn't matter whatever the hell you are studying, it's all a scam. At the end of the day, every profession comes to money. Okay, it ends there. You cannot define success without money. So what's the point of study? To gain knowledge? What knowledge? My knowledge is not valuable without money. Suppose why I'm saying that, I'm studying in environmental engineering. Suppose in future I became an environmental engineer, and a person, suppose in the same field, he is earning more than me. So what does that mean? Like at the end of the day, my study won't work. Someone else will earn more than me, and if I have to earn the same as him, I'll have to wait and work for like 6 or 7 8 years to get the promotion to earn as much money as him. And what I'm doing right here, I'm pushing a couple of buttons, I'm making more than that. So yeah, fucking education is a scam. It's a big freaking scam to make all of us a slave. Okay, you are into it, go for it. I don't like any study or exams. Okay, so I want to see price diving deep inside this inversion and then moving towards the buy side. That's what I want to see. Until then, I'm just gonna stop. And 8:30, at 8:30 we have, do we have a news at 8:30? I think someone mentioned here we have a news. I think it's a low impact news, right? We don't have any news at 8:30. Do we have any news? I don't see any news at 8:30. And if it's a low impact news, I don't care about it. All that I look into is like the medium impact and then the high impact. So price is just moving with a lot of volatility right here before it hit our inversion, 15-minute inversion. Do we have any other inversion here? Yeah, we do have a 5-minute inversion here. So let's focus on this 5-minute inversion, and let's see price generating any breaker block here. On 3-minute chart, I don't see any breaker block. On 1-minute chart, it's not clear, right? So I'm not gonna take any trades here. I'm just gonna wait and see if price is providing me any clean setup. Let's look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ cleared out these relative equal lows. It's below the breaker block. Today's session is gonna be boring because I'm not here to look for trades. What I'm gonna do is just tape read because of the high impact news tomorrow. So yeah, and it's a very choppy price action. Okay, it's like that. We know it's gonna be like this because of the high impact news tomorrow. Before the high impact news, most of the time price tends to be choppy, moving slow, without following our levels and all that. So yeah, I'll just be a little bit more careful. Okay, why am I considering this 5-minute inversion rather than what I already marked and showed you all down here on 50-minute chart? Because it's already in deep premium. Price is already in deep premium. Price cleared out relative equal lows right here. Okay, the swing low right here, and at the same time price is inside of our hourly fair value gap. What fair value gap I'm talking about? This is the hourly fair, sorry, this is the hourly fair value gap I'm talking about, which is inside our daily BPR. And you can see the price filled this fair value gap beautifully. That's our 50-minute fair value gap low, and beautiful delivery, beautiful fill up. What I want to see right now is price moving towards the buy side, and at the same time providing me a setup, and then moving towards the buy side. Okay, and if you guys look at hourly chart on US30, you will see a bullish order block. Let me show it to you all. That's our bullish order block, last down close candles here, bullish order block. So let's see if price gets support from this order block and from the 5-minute inversion that I outlined. MA is saying, how do you deal with a higher time frame breaker that opposes your lower time frame breaker, like 50-minute breaker and 4-hour breaker going against it? How can they go against each other? Okay, what you are saying is like, I understand. Suppose you see a breaker block on hourly chart or 50-minute chart. Like I do see a breaker block here on 3-minute chart, higher high, new higher high, this high dive deep into the premium. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if suppose I missed the trade here, I'm gonna wait to see if price is forming another breaker block down here. Okay, and for that, for me to expect lower prices, I'll have to see targets. Target means unfilled fair value gap, relative equal lows. So if I do see that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait to see another breaker block forming, and then I'm gonna take it. Suppose this chart is hourly chart, okay, and this one is the 5-minute chart. So how I'm gonna trade, I do see a breaker block here that supports, like suppose price towards the sell side, and at the same time on 1-minute chart I do see a breaker block that is supporting price towards the buy side. Okay, I do see a breaker block here on 3-minute, but I'm expecting to see this breaker block getting failed. Okay, as I have targets, as I do see relative equal high. So that's how you know like which breaker block you should focus on. It doesn't matter what time frame it is. What it matters is like, are you able to see the target? Do you have a clean target, like relative equal highs, like unfilled fair value gaps? Do we have that? If you have that, so plan your analysis based on that. First target, then setup. Okay, if you don't have a target, your setup won't work. And if you're doing guesswork, like lucky guesswork, okay, I do see a breaker block here, let's take this trade. If it paints out, okay, I'm good. Then if it doesn't paint out, then I have my risk management. No, don't think like that. You will have to think about the target first, the narrative that comes first. Without a narrative, nothing will work, ever. You will lose and your risk management won't work. People say, okay, suppose you are losing 7 trades, 6 trades, and you are following your risk management, then at the end of the day, you will be winner. But what about the emotion? If you are losing continuously 7 trades, will you be able to execute the 8th trade without getting emotional, without like getting in doubt? Can you do that? So that's a philosophy that I don't believe in. Okay, you will have to have a emotion. Okay, you will have to control your emotions. That's what I'm saying. Emotions first, then risk management, then narrative, then setup. A setup is coming at the end. Always keep that in mind. I'm not just focusing on setup here first. Okay, I'm building a narrative, then I'm looking for targets as I have relative equal highs here. Then I'm looking for setup aligned with time. That's how I do it. Risk management by itself will not work for you if you don't know how to control your emotions. People say it and they're like, okay, if you just follow your risk management, you will be profitable. How? If I'm losing 4 trades in a row, my emotions, first of all, my emotions will break down. I'll be highly emotional. Suppose at the 5th trade, I do see a clean setup, I'll doubt it. I'll think like, okay, if I think it's gonna hit my stop loss, and I'll just take the trade what I'm not supposed to. Okay, that's how it works. So you will have to know how to control your emotions, and for that you will have to follow rules. Okay, yesterday in Telegram I shared with you all like a couple of trades, and the one main trade that I shared with you all is like 2022 ICT mentorship model that I saw on yesterday on Nasdaq. And some of you were asking me like, you always preach about taking trades in macro and you are not following your own rules. Trust me, I didn't push the button on my live funds. Okay, on my live funds, what I do, I only push the button in my live funds inside the macros, because that's where I know I have an edge. I have a real edge. On demo, what I do, I try other ICT concept other than what I already learned. I learned 2022 mentorship model. I learned breaker block. I learned about inversion. Other than that, there's a lot of other trades that I can take just by using new opening gap, volume imbalance. So that's how I do it. If I see a trade idea outside of my macro, it doesn't mean that I should avoid it. I'm gonna take it on demo. I'll see if my trade idea is correct or not. And like suppose continuously I'm able to take make profits by following that model, then I'm gonna push the button on my live funds. Until then, no, because I already did that. Okay folks, like I tried to trade with every other ICT concept and it doesn't work like that. If you are new, you'll think like, okay, fair value gap works for me, so I'll execute all trades with fair value gap. Breaker block also, it works for me, I'll execute trades with that. Volume imbalance, I'll execute. It doesn't work, you will lose more than you are gaining. Trust me, you will. So 1 minute time frame just looks like choppy, really choppy to me. I think price is a breaker block here, but I'm not sure which one is following, because right here I don't see any clean swing low. Okay, other than that, I think price is following a breaker block on 1 minute chart, but it's not clean to me. I don't have an edge in choppy price action. I think very few people have that. Look at the price action today before the high peak news. Isn't it choppy? Isn't it moving with less volume, less volatility? So do you want to trade inside of this price action? Yes, I think you will find a clean setup, like suppose in our later macros like 920 to 930, 950 to 1010. So should you take those trades in your live funds? No, just demo it. Okay, if you only make like 4 hours in a week, you will be in huge profit. Trust me. Okay, you only have a lower capital, that's why you always want to take trades like every day, every single day, in every single AM session. But guess, when you have high capital, you can only take 1 trade in a week, and then you will make your ends meet. So focus on the process, be patient, don't try to force any trade idea today. Okay, if you see a clean setup and if you're following your risk management, then take it. Without that, just taper it, as I'm doing right here. Look at the price action. Suppose I push the button here, what's gonna be my emotion inside this price fractal? Very high. I'm gonna be okay. I think price gonna be hitting my stop loss. I think price is gonna be moving towards the buy side. Every single candle price is generating right now here on 1 minute chart. It's generating emotions at the same time inside those retail traders who don't know how to trade. They will look at each of these candles, and when each of these candles move, their emotion will move with that. Okay, so don't be like them. If you feel like your emotion is moving with each and every candle, then just leave the chart. You're not ready to trade today. Okay, that's where narrative saves you. If you have a higher time frame narrative, okay, then you know like where price is reaching right now, just like I have. I want to see price reaching these relative equal highs, not following these breaker blocks, okay, and delivering beautifully towards the buy side. That's what I'm expecting to see. I have a higher time frame narrative, and I'm not caring about the choppiness here. Why? Because of the higher time frame narrative. I know where price is reaching, and I'm just waiting for a setup inside where price is gonna reach. So on Nasdaq, we cleared out another swing low right here. So price did provided another level of liquidity, but at the same time it left this 4-hour fair value gap unfilled. So let's see if price still wanna move towards the sell side, or it wanna reverse after taking out these relative equal lows. So at 8:30, we didn't show any setup. Price didn't provided us any setup at 8:30 today. So I'll just wait for our next macro to start, and in between this time I'll just tape read. We have our fair value gap and price is respecting this. I think it's a 3-minute fair value gap. No. Okay, on 5-minute chart we have a fair value gap. So I wanna see this fair value gap getting broken. If this fair value gap is getting broken, what do I mean by getting broken? I don't wanna see this fair value gap is providing support for price towards the sell side. Okay, if it's doing that, we have our target, this 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, price will reach all the way down here, but that's what I don't want to see. I want to see price reaching highs. So for price to do that, price will have to break this fair value gap first, and if it's breaking this fair value gap, I will use this fair value gap as an inversion, and I'll target this unfilled fair value gap, which is on 5-minute chart, which is also inside our 50-minute breaker block. So price can reverse after hitting this fair value gap. I don't care. If price is providing me a setup inside this price fractal, I'll target it, and that will be like a 2-hour setup. So price hit our inversion again. Let's see, price generated any breaker block on 1-minute chart. It did generate a breaker block on 1-minute chart. Do you guys see it? Let me know if you guys see it or not, then I'll mark it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this trade on demo. I don't trust in this price action. So that's our stop hunt. This low right here cleared out this swing low. At the same time, it dived deep into discount. At the same time, it hit our inversion from 5-minute chart. We do have relative equal highs here. Where is our breaker block? Our breaker block is all the up close candles that you see right here, but I'm only gonna mark these up close candles. So do you guys see it right now? Yes, in this choppiness, I do see a breaker block. That's a swing low. Price is following my rules, okay? When you see a breaker block also comes with targets. The targets you can identify easily. What targets? Relative equal high. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did made a video based on my whole breaker block model. It's on my YouTube channel. It goes by deep inside macro and breaker block. You can go and watch that. I told you there, if you see a breaker block in your chart, you will also find relative equal high or equal low to target every single time, okay? That's how it works, and that's how it delivers. If a breaker block is forming, it will come with target, a target that you can identify easily. In a fair value gap, what can you target? All swing low, or sometimes relative equal low, sometimes another unfilled fair value gap, like that. In the breaker block, you will always see equal high, equal low, always, in any chart. It doesn't matter if you're trading on crypto, if you're trading on forex, if you're trading on synthetics. Doesn't matter. Every single time you see a breaker block forming, that's a fucking guarantee you will find a relative equal high or low forming at the same time. So this breaker block is not valid anymore, as we have another stop hunt right here. Do you guys see why I'm saying I don't trust today's price action? Because of this. It's gonna be like in a high resistance liquidity run for like 10 minutes. Then in 11 minutes it will move with sudden volatility. Then again it will move towards the high resistance liquidity run. So I don't trade in high resistance liquidity run. I prefer to take setups in low resistance liquidity run, where price will just hit my target without getting choppy. because when price gets choppy, I don't know about you, but me, I get emotional. I feel like, okay, am I taking the right trade or not? So I don't want to feel that, so that's the reason I only push the button in low resistance liquidity run. Olga Matthew, I think, bro, you are new here. He's asking, bro, do you like to put your stops on the high or low of the breaker or the previous swing high or low? If you saw me how I manage my stop loss in a breaker block, if I'm taking a breaker block setup, then I'll put my stop loss below the upper quadrant or the lower quadrant, depends on the breaker block. If it's a bullish breaker block like here, and suppose price is closing a candlestick body above this breaker block, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my stop loss below the midway or the lower quadrant of the breaker block, not below the swing low, not below here, because that's a lot of risk. If price wanna respect the breaker block, it will not go below the midway. Okay, if price don't wanna respect the breaker block and it wanna deliver towards the sell side in a bullish breaker block condition, it will just go below the midway and it will hunt relatively low. So what's the point of me hoping and putting my stop loss below a old swing low? That's a lot of risk. So how I'm gonna manage my stop loss here for you, Ogawa, I think you are new here, so I'm gonna show you like this. That's how I'm gonna manage my stop loss, and I'm gonna target 2R, which is possible to reach. Okay, I told you guys I don't need price to reach all the way up here to make me profitable. Okay, so I'm now gonna wait to see if price is closing a candle's body above this breaker block. This candle right here, it opened, but it didn't close yet, so I'm just gonna wait for 1 minute and see if this price is closing its candle's body above this breaker block. Okay, look at the price action. Did price close the candle's body above the breaker block? No, it didn't. So we don't have any valid breaker block yet. This breaker block is not valid anymore, not valid yet. Okay, so sometimes you will see me executing in a trade before price closing a candle's body above it. Okay, when I do that, I look at the past price behavior. Am I allowed to do that? Is price allowing me to take an early entry? How do I know price is allowing me to take an early entry? If price is in a low resistance liquidity run, I will take a trade before price closes the candle's body above the breaker block. Okay, so that's how I do it. If price is in a high resistance liquidity run, as you can see here, how do I know price will remain in a high resistance liquidity run? Based on the past price behavior. Okay, I know that before a high impact news, price tends to become in high resistance liquidity run, it tends to be choppy. So that's how I manage. I'll take an early entry. It doesn't matter if price is closing a candle's body above a breaker block or not. If price is in a if price is not in a high resistance liquidity run, if it's in a high resistance liquidity run, I'll not take any early entry. I'll wait for the second candle to close above the breaker block and then execute at the third candle. And what do you see here? The folks who entered in this trade early, they're gonna be in a huge loss right now. Anuj is asking, what indicators are you using? I'm using these 4 indicators, not really using it, just there. I sometimes use it or not. So the first one is like the trader watermark. That's the indicator. It puts the name HYDRA in my chart. Then this new week opening gap, new day opening gap from Kryptonite. It shows me where's the new week opening gap and new day opening gap. Okay, sometimes I get confused, like if it's a new week opening gap or is it a volume imbalance. So this indicator helps me a lot to identify that. Then I made an indicator with Lux Algo breaker block with signals. I don't use it, it's just there. What it does is like it builds, I builded it. Okay, personally I gave the Lux Algo the concept and all the stuff, how I trade breaker block inside my macro. So this indicator right here that I'm showing here, it based on the model that I always talk, okay, that I always preach about. And as you can see, this indicator outlined this breaker block beautifully here. And just as I outlined the rules with you all, this indicator also gives you signal following the rules. Once price closes a candle's body below the breaker block, at the next candle you enter. Okay, so right here this indicator is not showing me the sell signal because I turned it off. If you toggle it on, there will be a sell signal right here, and it will also plot the targets for you, like old lows. That's a discount PD area. That's an old low, discount PD area. So you can target following the indicator if you don't know what to target. If you are new, okay, it's for the folks who are new, who don't know anything. If you know what I'm talking about and you just want to use this indicator because you are lazy, you will never make it. Because I never used the indicator to reach here. The indicator didn't help me. I did it all by myself. Okay, I did it by reading price action, clean price action, without any indicators. Every fucking profitable ICT trader that you will find in Twitter, in any other platform, they never used an indicator. Okay, quote the word successful, the folks who make consistent money. So the indicator, why I built this indicator, I built it for the folks who are really noob, who are like about a week with ICT concept. They should use it. It's for them. It will help them to identify correct breaker block like it did here. In this choppiness, you may not see the breaker block forming here, but the indicator will, just like as I teach you guys. Okay, that's the swing high, swing low, price reach all the way up in the premium zone, stop hunt, price close the candle's body below the breaker block, indicator gave you signal. Don't trust this indicator, okay, blindly. Mix your own concept if you want to use it. It works in every pair. Crypto, it works beautifully. Okay, do you want me to show that indicator works on crypto? No, do it by yourself. It's for free. And there's another indicator that I use. It's Lux Algo SMT divergence. Okay, it shows me where the SMT divergence are so that I don't have to look at any other pair and getting confused. So that's the indicators that I use. None of them are giving me signals where to enter. None of them are telling me where my targets are. None of them are helping me to find where the breaker blocks, where value gap, volume imbalance are. Okay, I don't rely on indicator to look for those stuff. So this this breaker block is not yet valid. What price did right here is it just went up, cleared out this relative equal highs, and then it's moving towards the sell side. And what I think is this inversion will fail too. Nasdaq is barely moving. Okay, for like last 1 hour it moved just a couple of candles. So that's the reason I'm not looking at Nasdaq. So if price on US30 is moving towards the sell side, okay, if it's remaining heavy towards the sell side, and as I showed you guys on 50-minute chart, this will be our last line of defense to expect higher prices. This inversion, this 50-minute inversion. Okay, if price is going and remaining heavy towards the sell side inside this inversion, I'll target these relative equal lows. Sher Khan is asking, sir, do you trade silver bullet hours or it's just macros? If I'm taking a setup inside the silver bullet by following the silver bullet model, I'll take it on demo. But because I didn't master it yet, ICT released this concept recently and I found my own model before ICT did that. So I'm just gonna stick with my own model. I don't care what silver bullet is providing me or not. I have my model, it's the breaker block model, and I have my edge on that. I'm making consistent money with that. So if I'm like thinking about another model, it's not necessary for me. So it's just the macros, just the M session, nothing else. Yeah, Steven, if price is closing a candle's body above the breaker block, okay, then I'm engaging at the very next candle. So yeah, if in a bullish breaker block is always above the breaker block, and the stop loss depends on the price action. Sometimes I put it in the midway, sometimes I do it in the lower quadrant. Okay, so yeah, it depends on the price action, but mostly like that. Okay, Thomas is asking a really nice question. There is a 5-minute BC US30 in the London silver bullet. Why do you prefer the inversion fair value gap over that one on the downside right now? Okay, there's a 5-minute chart. Where is the fair value gap? In my chart, I don't see it. On 5-minute BC, where is it? I don't see any 5-minute BC here. And the reason that I don't see any fair value gap on 50-minute and 5-minute, that's the reason I mark this 50-minute inversion, okay? Because there's no fair value gap right next to it. Suppose there's a small fair value gap, okay, inside this inversion, then I'll still mark the inversion fair value gap, not the actual fair value gap that is here. I'll keep an eye on it, but my whole focus will be in the inversion fair value gap. As I told you guys, that if I'm categorizing fair value gap through power, through the probability, like suppose which fair value gap is the high probability, then in the first place I'll put the BPR, balanced price range. Second one will be the inversion. Third one will be the normal fair value gap. Okay, that's how I look in chart. That's what my experience tells me. Okay, I saw inversion providing support for price more than I saw like a normal fair value gap doing when I'm analyzing and taking trades inside my breaker block model. As you can see here on 5-minute chart, do we have a fair value gap here? We don't have any fair value gap here. We have a volume imbalance right here, right? And right next to it we have a failed fair value gap. So if I only mark this fair value gap, what do you see here? Price is respecting this inversion fair value gap. Okay, you can tell me, okay, HYDRA price is also respecting this volume imbalance, but look close, where's the precision inside this inversion? Okay, so suppose you don't see a fair value gap here, mark the fair value gap, the failed fair value gap that right next to it. Suppose you don't see a fair value gap, then mark the fair value gap that failed. The same fair value gap will work as support and resistance, just like retail concept. Okay, in retail world, they mark their levels like this. Suppose price is providing getting support here, then they will wait and see if price is closing a candle's body above there, and the same support zone they will use it as a resistance. That's how it works. It's nothing new. It's been here for like years. It's not like ICT invented this concept. Some of the concept, what I believe, is ICT just refined, and he refined in a better way, like the breaker block that I used. Okay, retail, they will see it's just a break and retest. Okay, to them they only see the pattern wise, it's that. But when you dive deep inside the breaker block, you do see a model. Okay, it's not just a break and retest. In a break and retest, you never know where you are engaging, when you are engaging, and in a breaker block, you are already engaging before a retest happens. Okay, so that's what like our mentor did amazing and beautifully, and that's why I like him. Like suppose there's no ICT and we are trading with break and retest, I don't believe that I'll be able to like identify a clean model just like ICT did. I don't have that kind of knowledge. Okay, before ICT showed anything to me, I never personally discovered anything, so I'm just relying completely on him. That's the reason I like him. It doesn't matter if he's just copy pasting another stuff. He's doing it amazingly. Okay, with rules, by giving us a model on all that stuff. Okay, that's where ICT is different. Some of his concept, it aligns, it goes, it matches with the retail concept, but it's way more detailed, and you can make each of these concept your own trading model. In retail world, they don't know what model they're using. None of them do. Okay, just ask them. Just ask any of the retail trader. They will ask them, okay, if price is coming down here, I'm gonna take a trade, but ask them about the model. What model they're gonna take? They don't know. We ICT trader, we know what model will form at what time. Just like I do it with breaker block. Now ICT gave you the fair value gap time zone, 10 to 11. We look for a fair value gap to form and to deliver. Okay, it will be a continuation of the trend that happened before at 9:30. So it goes in a lot more details and deep compared to the retail concept. Okay, that's the reason I like ICT concept. It's not like ICT invented everything. I don't believe that, but what I believe is like ICT did it in a very beautiful way, and he's a genius. So that's the inversion. I'm waiting to see this inversion providing support. We do have a mitigation block right here, so yeah, let's see if this mitigation block is providing support or not. That's not a breaker block, by the way. Why is it not a breaker block? Because we don't have a stop hunt here. Suppose price closed, or this week that you see right here, it went below this low, then I would have considered these up close candles as a breaker block. Right now it's not a breaker block, it's a failed breaker block, and you can consider this failed breaker block as a mitigation block, not as a breaker block. So this inversion, 5-minute inversion, is getting failed. Our last line of defense is this 50-minute inversion. And as you can see, price tapped into the 50-minute inversion, and we are looking at a reversal right now. This candle, I don't like this retracement at all. That's a huge retracement. I don't like it. If price is closing like this, okay, like price will come back and hit this inversion again. And on 3-minute chart, we do have a breaker block right now. Lower low, new lower low. It doesn't matter if price is diving more deeper and generating more lower lows. Our main lower low is here. Above that, below that, we have this new lower low. So these up close candles right here becomes our breaker block. On 3-minute chart, we have higher targets. Okay, we do have targets. We can take this trade on demo. Keep in mind, focus on the word I'm using, demo. Today is not a day where you should be pushing your button on live funds. Today is not the day. Okay, not for me. It may be for you, but not for me. So lower low, new lower low, and I don't like this retracement. But let's see if price is closing its candle body above our breaker block. If I measure this breaker block, okay, I'm gonna do it again. I think some of you joined in my stream who are new. So the way I do it, I manage my stop loss in a breaker block. I measure the breaker block, and where do you see the midway? Right here. Then I will look at the past price behavior. Okay, how price is delivering in price is in a high resistance liquidity run. So if I'm putting my stop loss in the midway, price can easily just come back down and hit the midway, and then it can just reverse, go towards my buy side, go towards the buy side. So I'm not gonna put my stop loss right here today. I'm gonna put the stop loss in the lower quadrant because of the volatility. Okay, look at the volatility. Price is becoming volatile suddenly. So in my eyes, what I believe is the lower quadrant is the safest level. If price is closing candles body above this breaker block, then I can put my stop loss at the lower quadrant, not at the midway today, because of the candle's behavior. That's how you do it. Okay, so that's the whole breaker block. Our lower quadrant is below this candle's low, so that's how I'm gonna mark it, like this. And what I want to see, this breaker block getting activated inside of our 920 to 930 macro. Look at the time. Price is delivering by following the time. Okay, an ideal scenario for price will be to activating this breaker block inside of our macro 920 to 930, and from my experience, that's what I saw most of the time. I'm gonna give a quick look on ES, because that's another tip for you. If you are trading on US30 mainly, then keep an eye on US500, okay, at the same time, because they move together. They leave clues like how price will behave in one pair and then it will behave in another pair. Nasdaq tends to behave opposite. Okay, so ES right now is inside of our hourly fair value gap that we have here. That's our hourly fair value gap. Our midway of this fair value gap will come somewhere here. So in a fair value gap, we know an ideal scenario for price to reverse from a fair value gap is the midway. So price is now in the upper quadrant, okay, 0.75. What I want to see, price hitting this midway of this fair value gap and then moving towards the buy side. And if I align the same analysis with US30, okay, what I want to see on US30 price, based on the confirmation that I got from ES, I want to see price hitting this inversion again. And if it's hitting this inversion again, at the same time, ES will hit the consequent encroachment or the midway of that hourly fair value gap. So that will be an ideal scenario for us to expect a reversal. Okay, that's how I do it, by aligning my analysis with other chart. Like I'm trading on US30, I'll focus on US500. I'll also look at US500. That's our hourly chart, hourly fair value gap. And until price reaches the midway, I will just be nimble in my analysis on US30. On US30, why am I focusing on US30, not on US500? Why I'm not doing that? Okay, HYDRA, you have a clean analysis on US500. You do see price hitting this midway and then moving higher. Then why not trade ES? Because on ES I don't see target. I don't see clean target. On US30 I do see clean target. What do I mean by clean targets? Relative equal highs. Okay, relative equal highs. And if I move into a little bit higher time frame, then unfilled fair value gap right here. So on the targets are way clearer on US30 compared to US500. That's the reason I'll only focus on US30, and just keep US500 for an analysis basis. I don't trade with SMT. Okay, so if you guys are seeing SMT and you are telling me it worthless, I don't push a button by just looking at SMT. SMT to me, it's a equal low, equal high. So that's what I'm targeting. So why should I like take a trade what I'm targeting by following that? If I have a clean analysis, I don't need to look at SMT. Very rarely you will see me mentioning about SMT. I never look if price has SMT or not. It's just extra confirmation. If I have a clean analysis on my own chart and I do see target and if price is activating a breaker block, I don't need any other confirmation for any other chart. I don't need SMT. And what I like to see is like SMT getting failed rather than SMT getting generated. Okay, if price is generating a SMT, it's also generating a equal low, equal high. So if price is taking that equal high and equal low out, then I have clean analysis which goes with my own model. So that's our 50-minute inversion, and price is inside of it. And as I told you guys, look how I'm predicting price here. Okay, I'm not looking for a setup yet. I'm building the narrative first and focus on how I do it. I opened the US500 chart. I showed you the hourly fair value gap. I told you that an ideal scenario for price to reverse will be from the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap, the midway. Okay, and what do you see here? Price hit the midway. I waited. Now I'm gonna wait to see price respecting this inversion. If price is not doing that, when I started my stream, I told you guys that this will be our last line of defense to expect higher prices. If price is not respecting this inversion, price is really gonna hunt these relative equal lows here. And what do you see right here? Price hit the consequent encroachment. Now it will be ideal scenario for me to look for setup on US30. Okay, I still need confirmation. I still want to see price remaining and closing its candle's body above the midway. Okay, and moving from the midway of this inversion quickly, just as it's doing here. That's what I like. There's another retail here, Mehran, noob trader. He's saying never trade before New York Open. Never. Why? Why, Mehran? Why are you saying that? Tell me the logic, because I do take trades before the New York Open. So that's the midway of the hourly fair value gap. Price hit it. Now I wanna see on US500 prices reversing. Okay. So I'm on 3-minute chart on US30. Let's look at the 1-minute chart. Let's see if I can see a breaker block inside this inversion on 1-minute chart. The higher time frame breaker block, the high probability breaker block, is here. So what I can do, I can just wait and execute here, and I can also take an early entry. I do see a breaker block here too, lower low, new lower low that dived deeper into discount, and I have a confirmation. Okay, I have a strong confirmation from this 50-minute inversion that price is moving towards the buy side. It's a strong confirmation for me. So if price is closing its candle's body above this breaker block, then I'll take this trade. That's what I think. On 1-minute chart, I'll target these relative equal highs. If price is not giving me a setup here, okay, suppose price remained bullish and remained aggressively bullish, sometimes you will see that, like in a breaker block, price is not giving you a setup. Price is moving close to a candle's body below the breaker block, and then you will not see any retracement. Price will move towards the buy side aggressively. Mehran, you are a noob. You don't belong in this channel, so I'll just block you. See you, Mehran. So inversion, I want to see this inversion supporting price. Look at US500. Okay, if you are trading on ES and you wanna like look for trades, that's the perfect time to look for a bullish trade. Okay, and I do see relative equal highs on. If you drop down on ES, like on 50-minute chart, you will find relative equal highs, and yeah, you can target those. I think price will reverse on US500, as I told you guys. Thomas is saying the 3-minute fair value gap. Okay, we're talking about this fair value gap, right, Thomas? I think you were talking about this 3-minute fair value gap. Yeah, I can also look at charts like that, but I'm considering the 50-minute fair value gap, and price did hit the 50-minute inversion too. So a couple of confirmations. Let's see, price is closing a candle's body above the breaker block here. So the setup here will be something like this on 1 minute chart on US30. I want to see price closing a candle's body above, and I'll put my stop loss below the breaker block. Target to R, which is just above these relative equal highs, and I think it's possible for price to reach there. I'm gonna take this trade on demo. I won't push the button on my live funds today. So if you're taking this trade with me, do it on demo. Don't trust my analysis blindly, okay? If I'm losing this trade, I don't care, it's on demo. But if you are losing and taking this trade on your live funds, then it will hurt you, okay? Don't do that. If you guys are looking into NASDAQ, you can see price also generated breaker block on NASDAQ too, okay? So let's see if price gives me a chance to enter, or it's just moving aggressively. I think it's just moving aggressively, right? Okay, let's look at NASDAQ. That's the breaker block. Lower lows, new lower low, breaker block right here on 2 minute chart. That's our breaker block. And our macro is still not activated, okay? So let's see if price is activating this breaker block on NASDAQ inside of our macro. It's 9:13. Our time is still not started for me to take a trade. On 1 minute chart on NASDAQ, I also do see a clean breaker block delivering. Okay, I think price will not give me a chance to enter here. Anyway, lower low, new lower low, up close candles, breaker block, price close the candle's body above the breaker block. At the next candle you enter and target relative equal highs or here. And as I missed this trade, I'm gonna look into the 3 minute breaker block. 3 minute breaker block is here, and this setup I will see like this. Stop loss below the breaker block, okay? Target 2R from here. Let's see if price is respecting our analysis, okay? It doesn't matter if I'm taking this trade or not on my live funds, very less that I care. Why don't I care? HYDRA, if you can see a setup, why are you not caring about this setup? Why are you not taking it? Why are you stopping yourself from making money? Because HYDRA knows this setup will repeat tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that, and it won't stop. So what's the point of me pushing the button here in this high resistance liquidity run and getting emotional? No point. So HYDRA is just gonna watch price delivering. And on US30, as you can see, price hit this fair value gap, sorry, breaker block again perfectly. Oh my god, before I push the button it just left. Okay, but that's how you should look at a breaker block. Suppose you didn't got a chance to enter at this candle, as we didn't, okay? You don't just rush yourself and aggressively take this trade with more risk. You wait for price to retrace back to this breaker block again, and when price does that, you push the button again right here like this, okay? So at 9:30, what I believe price will deliver the Judas towards the buy side. Price is retesting this breaker block again. giving us chance to enter. But look at the time, 9:16. So did price gave us a chance to enter this breaker block? Yes, it did. Couple of times at this candle, but at the same time it generated relative equal lows. So is it a break and retest? It's not. It goes way more detailed compared to the retail concept. And look at Nasdaq, how Nasdaq is behaving. Okay, the folks who push the button here early, they're getting emotional right now. You wait for price to give you a chance to enter after it's closing candle's body above the breaker block. Once it does that, that's when you push the button on demo. Not right now. Right here, do you see any candle closing its body above the breaker block here? No, it didn't. So don't push the button right now. You wait and you let price move. Okay, look how price is delivering here on US30. Aggressive, choppy, in a high resistance equity run. Stop yourself from pushing the button in your life funds today. Trust me, you won't regret. And if you are pushing the button, trust me, you will regret. Just look at the chart like me, outline the setup. You don't have to push the button. No need to push the button. Okay, if suppose I push the button here, if price is hitting my target, it's gonna be the same. But if I'm not pushing the button, I'm building the patience inside me to wait for a correct setup, wait for a right setup. Okay, so that's what you should do. We all lack patience. Okay, we all do. I'm not different. Someone with 5 years of experience, he's not different. We all need patience and we all lack it. So that's how we build it. We do see a setup here today. Should we take it? No, it's a big fucking no. So I want to see on Nasdaq price closing its candle's body above the breaker block here at this candle. At the very next candle on Nasdaq, if price is giving me a chance to enter, I'll push the button here on demo in front of you. But on US30, I don't like the price action on US30. The way it's behaving, I really don't like it. Look at the price behavior today. Did price close this candle's body above the breaker block? No, so you should not push the button on your demo right now. You should wait for price to close a candle's body above the breaker block. In our last line of defense to expect higher prices from this breaker block is this fair value gap, which is inside this breaker block right here. So if price is going below this fair value gap, then yeah, our whole analysis is not valid. Price will seek lower prices. Okay, now our time is matching with our analysis. It's 9:20, and I do believe this setup will work, but I'll take it on demo. 10 contracts. Yeah, look at the spread. Okay, I don't know why on demo I'm facing spreads. Look, I pushed the button here, it executed here, and it's on demo. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's the whole idea. You guys know what I was preaching about. Price closing candle's body above and stop loss below here. Okay, position. This fair value gap on Nasdaq is our last line of defense. Look at the execution. You guys have been seeing me executing for like last 2 weeks, and how many times you saw me executing and getting a sniper execution just like I did here. Go watch the stream that I did the day before last week. You will also see me executing and taking a sniper entry the day before. Sniper entry every single time I push the button, it becomes a sniper entry. Wow, I'm so lucky, guys. I'm the luckiest person in ICT community. I'm the luckiest, right? I get lucky every single day with breaker block. Every single day HYDRA is outlining a setup with breaker block. How do HYDRA see it? Every single day. Just like this. I focus on narrative, and what you do, you focus on money. I don't focus on money. I used to, okay? I used to do it like you, but yeah, it doesn't work. If you focus on money, it doesn't work, bro. If you are focused on narrative, it will work. It will work beautifully. Look when I entered in this trade. Benji, you are blocked. Someone is asking, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Anyway, he's asking, hi HYDRA, question. Let's say you have a bearish breaker block on minute 5. Does the candle that closes below it has to close on minute 5 time frame, or could it be on lower time frame? Okay, what I understand you are asking me is, am I gonna take the trade on 5-minute breaker block if price is closing a candle's body, okay, below the 5-minute breaker block? Yes. Okay, I'll drop down to the lower time frame. Suppose my breaker block is on 5-minute time frame. I'll drop down to 1-minute time frame, and once price closes a candle's body below that 5-minute breaker block, I'll then wait for another breaker block to form in 1 minute, okay? And it will form. And once it does form, then I execute. So now the price moved in my favor and it generated another equal high. I'll just minimize my stop loss and I'll put it in the upper quadrant, okay? Our last line of defense to expect higher prices is this breaker block, and I really want to see price delivering towards the buy side at 9:30 Judas, okay? Because of the relative equal high that it generated, I don't see any reason for price to come all the way down and hit this inversion again. Okay, on Nasdaq, price didn't close the candle's body above the breaker block, so it's not a failed trade idea. It's not a valid trade idea, to be honest, because price didn't close the candle's body above the breaker block. It's our second rule. Okay, the first rule is price will have to do the first rule is price will have to hit a premium or discount PD array, then it will have to do a stop hunt, then it will have to do a candle's body closure above the breaker block, and then we executed the third candle. Okay, price did follow our 3 confirmation here, but the last confirmation it didn't on Nasdaq. So this breaker block failed. Price respected this breaker block as a liquidity hunt. Okay, so rules saves you from taking like how do I say it in English, like less probability setup. Okay, breaker block saves you. The model that I shared with you all, like you wait for a candle's body closure, then you enter. Sometimes what price does, it does it like this. Okay, price will just come all the way up, clear out the liquidity, and it will just then dump. Okay, so that's how the rule saves you. You didn't execute it here because there was no candle's body closure. Okay, so there was no trade idea here. I think price is seeking lower targets. Okay, it's moving aggressively towards the sell side, and we do have a 4-hour fair value gap that I told you guys. Okay, an ideal scenario for Nasdaq to reverse will be from this 4-hour fair value gap. Okay, after that you can look for trade ideas that will hunt buy side liquidity. Until then, I think it will just deliver towards the sell side. It's 9:27. We have 3 minutes before the Judas hits. Look at the choppiness. Okay, in a clean day, if price is generating relative equal highs like this, then it will just dump into a discount level, and then it will move higher, clearing out the relative equal highs here. But what do you see here? Look at that. Look at the price action here. It's not good to take a trade in your live funds, but it's good to learn. Okay, some people, they just avoid choppy days. I don't know why. They're like, okay, they avoid it, like they will never face choppy price action. You will face choppy price action. You should learn inside the choppy price action. Okay, because you need to identify when you can push the button in your live funds and when you can't. Okay, if you cannot identify that, you will lose more money. And in choppy price action days, you learn when to take a trade, when your setup will work the best and when it won't. One minute before our 9:30 Judas delivers. Let's see where it's delivering. Wow, look at that. Price hit our inversion again. That's what I wasn't expecting. So 9:30 Judas is delivering towards the sell side, and as I told you guys, price tends to leave relative equal highs for the high impact news. That's what it's doing right here, right? That's what you see, like price generated relative equal highs in a clean day. That's what we expect to see. Before price moves any lower, we expect to see price clearing these relative equal highs out. But because of the high impact news, and I told you guys not to push the button on your live funds, do you see the reason now? Do you see the reason why I told you not to push the button? Because it doesn't matter if you have a clean analysis or not, but it will just destroy you. Okay, in days like this, price in a mood to destroy you. Look at that. It doesn't matter if you are an ICT trader, if you are a retail trader, it doesn't matter. You should avoid trading in these days. Look at this delivery. look at this candle, okay? I didn't expected this. I know there's a 10 o'clock news, so I was expecting volatility at 10 o'clock, and I was expecting like less volatility at 9:30, but price just like hit our stop loss, and then it just became choppy, moving around, right? I think I should have taken a partial here. I forgot to take a partial today. Like suppose if I was like taking a partial, I would have taken it above this high by using this breaker block. But anyway, no one is getting profitable in this price action. It doesn't matter, okay? If you are a retail trader, if you're an ICT trader, no one is making money in this volatility, because it's moving up and down, seek and destroy, okay? Look at that. Ultimately price delivered where I wanted to see, but after like clearing out liquidity from here, price respected our 15-minute inversion beautifully. Look why I use the inversion. Where did price stopped? At the very low of our 50-minute inversion. Price action is beautiful. It's beautiful to you, Sanchi. How, bro? Please explain. Like, you find this price action beautiful? I don't. I find it choppy. I see it as a seek and destroy mode. Okay, so what price is doing here is like, suppose the retail traders who got impulsive, they bought here, and they are moving all the price action back right now, hunting the stop loss. So it's a seek and destroy mode, okay? It's not in a like in a high probability, and it's not tradable right now. If you are telling me you can execute trades in this price action, I don't believe you. And if you are executing, you're just getting lucky. It wasn't a bad price action, really, bro. Like Matthew is saying, it wasn't a bad price action. Did you execute it and made money in this price action? And if you expected this, all of this before we did, then why didn't you just mention it to us? So our 50-minute fair value gap also failed. It's delivering towards the sell side, and what I believe is just price is gonna leave these vertical highs for the NFP. Okay, our inversion fair value gap failed, and all of the choppiness here. Wow, beautiful choppiness. I don't find this price action beautiful at all. It's not tradable, and the price action that is not tradable, it doesn't matter to me. People are saying, let's look at ES, okay? What's happening on ES? Beautiful rejection from the breaker block, right? Higher high, new higher high. Breaker block right here. It's also a old low, old relative equal low. So it's a place where like retail will short. Wow, there's also a SMT divergence here, huh? With NQ. Why my indicator is not showing that? It's okay, I do see it on my chart. So where did Nasdaq stopped? Inside of our higher time frame breaker block, right? This is the breaker block I outlined to you all when I started my stream. I told you there's a higher high, new higher high. So this becomes our breaker block, and this will be our last line of defense to expect lower prices. And price showed a beautiful rejection from this breaker block. Okay, I don't see anything in today's chart. Okay, that will be it from my side today. I have an exam at 12 o'clock, so I will have to look into my studies if I want to pass. So that will be it for today, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. The day after that, I'll be doing live stream. And yeah, take care. Don't look for like trades right now or today. Just avoid trading today. It's not a tradable trading day. It's not a day when you should make money. There will be enough chance for us to make money. Even tomorrow, next week, I'll be there. I'll be here. And yeah, we'll make money, just not today. So yeah, take care. Don't force any trade idea. Don't get emotional. Don't push the button actually. Peace.